We are officially back on the Te Araroa Trail after nearly a week-long side quest. The final section of the South Island connects to the Queen Charlotte track, which is a great walk. So we just had to do a little bit of road walking to make our way there. This is a very popular great walk, and with good reason. The views of the surrounding sound are gorgeous. You guys really look like you're having a good time. Just loving this Queen Charlotte track. Mind that child. This is my chance. I'm gonna ask the helicopter if I can have a ride. I'm gonna do it. What is going on? And would you look at that? I'm in a helicopter. My friend's not gonna believe me. This was beyond cool and such a gorgeous way to see the Charlotte Sound. I was blown away. I couldn't believe I actually made it happen. So thank you for the ride. I really appreciate it. This definitely goes down in history as the best hitch I've ever gotten. Got tables here. Okay, and then our 3 couches to pull out into beds. It's pretty easy to rearrange this back to where it was. Yeah, do a dance. Yes! Free ice cream too. The camp host said it was going to be cold and windy all night, so she let us stay inside the kitchen.
The Gap Initiative. Do you ever go through hiking, have a couple of packets of noodles, and still feel like there's a hole in your belly? Well, let me introduce you to... You said it so much better than I do. What? Couscous.
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 How do you say?
Couscous.
Couscous.
Couscous. Couscous.
Yeah.
Couscous.
He says it right. Couscous.
Couscous.
Couscous. We stayed at the Mistletoe Bay campground because we'd heard rumors that there were some pretty cool activities we could go find. Number one, if we hiked a little bit into the forest at night, we could find glowworms hiding under the ferns. Little glowworms. Focus. They're a bit challenging to capture on video with an iPhone, but it was a really cool experience, especially when we all turned our headlamps off and sat in the dark. It was like being under a canopy of stars. Next, we went down to the water on the other side of the campground to check out the bioluminescent creatures that lived in the water. When you agitated the water, it turned a little bit blue. It wasn't quite as spectacular as we had anticipated, but it was very cool nonetheless.
Wake us up in New Zealand.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Thank you.
We will
Cool.
choose wisely.
Probably the short one.
Oyster catcher.
Oh, that's what it's called. It's day 2 on the Queen Charlotte track. We left Mistletoe Bay this morning. We're headed to Cove Bay for this afternoon. It's about 31 kilometers or something, plus a couple of little lookout add-ons that we've done. So far, the trail is like really evenly graded, quite nice, with loads of like lookout points where you can look out onto the sound. It's super beautiful. Yeah, and the trail's just really chill. It's great. It's like nice and wide, and the grading is really nice. And it's beautiful. It's like great weather. It's a little bit overcast, a little bit cool. It's perfect. Having a great time. Yeah, right? Sorry, nothing I can do. Come on. Make the weird sounds again. Yeah. Sometimes just the craziest things happen on these kinds of trails. As in, you know, when you're open to opportunities, opportunities tend to present themselves to you. Yesterday was so cool. We camped at Mistletoe Bay, which is beautiful. It's a little like cove, bay, I guess, in the Charlotte Sound. It's super, super pretty. And it's got like cabins and a campground and like a kitchen and whatever. It's a great spot. And we get there, and this helicopter lands in the grass where we're about to set up our tents. So I'm sitting there watching it, and I have had a goal for this trail, don't know why, to get a hitch on a helicopter. I just decided it was something I was gonna try, and by the end of the trail I was gonna accomplish this goal. So I've been looking for ways to make it happen. So this helicopter lands right in front of me. So I sort of signal to him, I wave, he waves back, and I'm like, may you fly up? And he kind of laughs and shakes his head. He's like, nah. I'm like, okay, don't worry about it. But then I stand there and I keep watching the helicopter. I walk a little bit closer and I'm just kind of like observing what's going on. After a few minutes, he takes his helmet off, gets out of the helicopter, walks over to me. We start chatting. He kind of laughs at me. I was like, oh, you know, I figured it never hurts to try, right? You don't get what you don't ask for. And he was like, yeah, it's a very good point. He said, most people just stare at me. And I was like, oh, that's funny. Anyway, so we get talking about the trail and the TA. And, you know, I'm almost on the South Island. I've been hiking for 2 months. And I can see the wheels turning. You know, a couple minutes into chatting, he was like, let's go. You know what? Fine, let's go. And I was like, what? Anyway, so go back over to the helicopter, put on the headphones, put on the seatbelt, hop in, and we go for like a 5-minute ride. It was like the last run of the day. So we just flew for, you know, maybe like 7 minutes around Charlotte Sound while he did the last bit of his errands for work for the day. And it was so cool. So that was awesome. And then after that, we land back at the campground. Great. Then the woman who owns the campground, she arrives by boat. We chat. Some of the ice cream in the freezer had like gone a little funny, so she gave us the popsicles that had like gotten a little freezer burn for free. So we ate some popsicles, and then it just keeps getting better. She was like, oh, there's really no one camped here tonight. We had a school group that canceled, and so there's really not many people here. But there are 3 couches in the kitchen. It's gonna be maybe a little windy and cold tonight, so if you want to sleep on the couches, make yourself at home. So we got in the cabin. How many benches in this house?
24.
Oh, good job. A short walk away from the dock campground where we were pitched up, there was a little resort that had a cafe, so we snagged a couple of beers and a snack before we went and ate our ramen for dinner. The days are getting noticeably shorter at this point in time, and we're eating dinner in the dark a lot more often. Seasoning sauce.
I got my red one with me. But there's a working in the bush.
I think it's like a... it's more like a pho situation. Sucks to suck.
Yep. Get it.
Oh, what's it taking?
Oh, a little hoppity skippity jump.